My name is Wasim Ahmed. I'm from ABES Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today I'm going to discuss about the topic graph. Graph is one of the important topics used in discrete structure and theory of logic, as well as this is the part of the subject data structure. So I'm going to discuss about some terminologies as well as some important concept that is we are going to gone through in graph. So we are going to take the definition first of all. So graph is a collection of vertices and edges. Here we are saying there are two things. One is set of vertices and another one is set of edges. As shown in this diagram, there are some vertices S, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. These are vertices that is in this diagram that is showing the graph. And there are some edges. For example, XS, XV, XV again. There are two edges incident in this two vertices V and X. So we are going to take XV two times. Then XU, VW, and all the edges we are going to cover over here. Next, we have the definition of edge. What is edge? The edge may be labeled by a pair of vertices. For instance, E combinations of V, comma W. So we can say an edge is incident between two vertices. That is V. Here are two vertices are V and W. Edge we can denote with the symbol small e. So isolated vertex, a vertex without incident edges. If on a particular vertex there is no edges or incident on it, so we will call it as isolated vertex. Pendant vertex, a vertex in a graph, its degree is 1. For example, in this graph, the vertex V, the degree of vertex V is 1. Similarly, vertex of degree W, degree X is also 1. Next, we have parallel edges. If there are two or more edges joining a pair of vertices, we will call it as parallel edges. In this graph, A and B are the two vertices, and these two vertices having two parallel edges that is shown in this graph. So these are parallel edges because they are having two common vertices. Loop, a loop that starts and ends with the same vertex. So here D on the vertex D, and this word edge is showing about what edge loop. We will call it also as self loop. Multigraph, if a graph having self loop and parallel edges, we will call it as multigraph. So in this graph, there are these two things exist. One is parallel edge, another one is self loop. So this graph we will call it as multigraph. A graph is a simple graph if there is no loop or no parallel edges. So this graph is showing not having any parallel edges as well as not having any self loop. So we will call it as this graph as a simple graph. Weighted graph, if a graph there is a label assigned or a particular numeric value assigned on each edge of the graph, we will call it as weighted graph. Here vertex V1 to V2, the cost is assigned, or we will call it as the weight is assigned 4. V1 to V5 there is 5. So on all the edges of the graph, there is a particular weight is or particular label is assigned. So we will call it as weighted graph. Next we have directed graph. If there is a particular directions on the given of the edge on the edges, we will call it as directed graph. Directed graph, there is a particular ordered pair of the vertices. For example, we are having vertex A to vertex F. There is a direction given. So there is an ordered pair of the edge A to F, not F to A. We can go only A to F because this is a directed graph. Undirected graph, if there is no directions on the given on the edges, we will call it as undirected graph. We can simply say it, this is unordered graph because there is no particular order are given on the vertices. Next topic is about degree of a vertex. So degree of a vertex, that is V, is denoted by lambda of V, is basically telling about how many number of edges are incident on a particular vertices. For example, in this graph, the degree of vertex A is 4 because there are 4 edges are incident on the particular vertex A. So the degree of A is 4. Similarly, degree of B is 3 because there are 3 edges are incident on it. Degree of C is 4. Degree of D is 6 because there are 6 edges are incident on the vertex D. Degree of E is 4 because there are 4 e- edges are incident on the vertex E. Degree of F is 4 and degree of G is 3. Next, on the basis of degree, we have two things, in degree and out degree. If we talk about the directed graph, so the number of vertices that are uh, terminated at V, we will call it as in degree. That is denoted by degree, the sign of minus and within bracket V. Similarly, there is an out degree if the number of edges which initiate at V. So we are going to take with the help of our example about the concept of in degree and out degree in a directed graph. So this is a graph having some vertices A, B, C, D, E, and F. The graph G having these vertices. So vertex A having in degree 1 and in degree this is 1. So total in degree is 2 and out degree is 3, right? So I'm going to see in degree is 2 and out degree is total 4. Just wait. And so out degree are on one edge are outgoing to third, and this is also this self loop is working as in degree as well as out degree. So total out degree of vertex A is 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and in degree is 2 because there is vertex incident to a vertex A is in this one E to A and A to A. This self loop. Similarly, we are going to calculate on vertex B. On vertex B, the in degree is 2 and out degree is 1. In degree is 2 and the out degree is 1. So we are going to calculate all the in degree and out degree with the help of this diagram. Next, this is the theorem that is most important. If G is a graph with E edges and N vertices, so the summation of all the vertices is equal to twice the number of edges. The sum of degree of all the vertices of a graph is even. This is another terms in terms of another words, we can say the sum of degrees of all the vertices of a graph is even. Subgraph. A subgraph of a graph G is a graph H such that if we have a certain set of vertices from the graph G, means VH is a subset of VG. Similarly, EH is a subset of EG. So in this graph, we have a graph G and H1 and H2 are these two subgraphs. We are going to find out, we are going to take some edges and some vertices from this graph G. So H1 and H2 are the subgraph of this graph G. Connected graph, if exists at least one path between two vertices, we will call it as connected graph. Otherwise, we will call it as disconnected graph. So in this example, there are three subgraphs of the given graph G, the previous figure, previous diagram. So H1, H2, and H3. These are subgraph of graph G, and in which we are saying H1 and H2 are connected and H3 is not connected. We will call it as disconnected because there is at least one path between two vertices in the graph. So in this graph, there is A to B or A to D or E to B or E to D. There is no path existing in between these two graphs, so we will call it as disconnected graph. There are certain operations that we are going to perform on the graph, that is union of two graphs. So the union of two graphs, that is G1 and G2, if we are going to take with the help of formula, vertex set V of G1 union with G2, in which we are going to take, suppose we have two graphs G1 and G2. So we will take all the vertices, we will take the union of all the vertices. So A, B, C, D are there, and here is also A, B, B, D, and E. So we are going to take the union of the vertices. So the values will be A, B, C, D, and E. If you are talking about the edges, so edges are E1, E2, E3, E4, and here is also E4 and E5 and E5 and E6. So we are going to take all the edges, because edges are also union of the these two graphs, right? So this is the union of two graphs. Similarly, we have intersection of two graphs. With the help of this formula, we are going to calculate the intersection. Next operation, we have ring sum of two graphs, in which we will take the union of the vertex set. But in case of edges, we are going to take union of edges, and we will subtract with the intersection of the edges of the two graphs. Right. So this will be the diagram for the ring sum of the two graph, for the graph G1 and G2, these two graphs. Next, we have representation of graph. So we can represent the graph in terms of adjacency matrix, and we are also going to denote with the help of incidence matrix. So in this case, if there is a if you are talking about the adjacency matrix, so row and columns are labeled with ordered vertices. We will write one if there is an edge exists between the row vertex and the column vertex. Right, we will write 0 in the matrix if there is no edge exists between them. So we are going to draw the adjacency matrix representation of the graph. So here vertex V2V, there is no edge exists, so we will write as 0. Vertex V2W, there is 1 because there is one edge exists. V2X, there is 0 because there is no edge exists. V2Y, there is 1 because there is an edge exists, that is F. Similarly, we will make the remaining matrix for this given graph. Next, we have incidence matrix. In incidence matrix, label rows with label. We will make one side all the vertices, and another side we will take all the edges, and we will check if on a particular vertex and the edge is incident on or not. If the edge is incident, we will put as 1. If the edge is not incident, we will put as 0. So on vertex V1, the edge F and E are incidents. We are going to take 1, and remaining one we are taking 0, because H, and J are not adjacent to, or we will have not incident to a particular vertex V. So this is all about the terminologies and representation of graphs. Thank you.